Hello people, we are making a campaign about the doctors, bacteriologists, microbiologists, ontologists and the use of the lab coat in inappropriate places. Our campaign name is Creating Conscience and the principal idea is talk and explain to the people the importance of the biosafety norms and the risk that represent the use of the lab coat outside to the hospital. We decided to make this campaign because it's very usual to see doctors and students wear the lab coat in inappropriate places. Most people don't know the risk that represents the use to the lab coat in inappropriate places. And it's important that the people know that the lab coat can represent a big risk for the health of the society.
Hi guys! Next, we are going to talk with different students at Javeriana University about the importance of the use of the lab coat only in workspaces. For this, we are going to ask students from different majors if they would be willing to hug my little friend. No, okay, my friend, but from afar. She is a student of medicine who wears her lab coat in a public space. Would the students be willing to hug her? Would they know the risks that exist for wearing a lab coat in public spaces? Let's go!
Hello, do you speak English?
Hello, yeah.
Could you answer some questions today?
Yes.
Okay, I will tell you this dynamic of our campaign. Today we'll tell the good way for wear the lab coat, and we are making some interview to different students from the university, and I will ask you some questions. First, what do you study?
Biology.
Okay, what's your name?
Sophia.
Okay, Sophia. What do you think about the wear of lab coat outside the workplaces?
I think it's kind of gross. It's so dirty that people who work with bacteria and microorganisms all day come out from their laboratories and I don't know, be with us. It's like they're giving their germs to us, and that's kind of dirty.
Okay, and have you ever worn a lab coat outside workplaces?
It's embarrassing, but yes, I have. For a short period of time, but I have.
Okay, what would you tell to students of medicine if you see them maybe in a restaurant or in any place different to the workplace?
I would tell them that they're kind of disgusting. I mean, like, that they should be more conscious of what they're doing because they have studied a lot and they have known for a long time what they are getting into the hospital. So that they take out those germs and those things to a restaurant, cafeteria, etc. It's unconscious from there.
Okay, now I will present students of medicine. Okay. Would you give her a hug?
Yes.
Okay, Sophia. Do you know that it's dangerous if you give her a hug? Because if you give her your health is risk for the infections and different bad bad feelings about your health. What would you think?
Yeah, I know it's like risky, but I don't know. I think it's manners when someone say they're gonna give you a hug. You don't say, oh no, you. So I think about
Yes. Okay, no problem. But don't do it.
that.
Okay,
Okay.
but well, like you learned this of the importance of the good wear of the lab goat. I will give you a candy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and also I will give you a flyer about the importance of wear the lab goat in just in workplaces. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answers and see you later.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, friend. Do you speak English?
No.
Hello, friends. Do you speak English?
Hello, yes, I do.
And you? Okay, what is your name?
My name is David.
Okay, David. Would you like answer some questions?
Yes,
Okay, what do you study?
industrial microbiology.
Okay, so today we are making a campaign about the doctors and the use of the lab coat outside to the hospital and laboratories. What do you think about this?
I think it's incorrect to use the lab coat outside the laboratory because they could spread the bacteria with their working on it and could contaminate other persons.
Okay, and have you ever grown your lab coat outside the laboratories?
No.
Okay, now I present to you my friend. She is a student of medicine. Will you give her a hug?
No.
Why?
Because she's using the lab coat and it's full of viruses and bacteria.
Okay, and according to the American Journal of Infection Control, 16% of the clothes used by the doctors contain potential dangerous bacteria and viruses. Okay, finally, would you be willing to tell the people that we are the lab coat in inappropriate space that it is incorrect?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thanks. Now I give to you a candy and this flyer. In this you can't see the risk that represent the inappropriate use to the lab coat.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Hello. Do you speak English?
Yeah.
What is your name? Okay, Camila. Today we are not campaigning about the importance of the use the lab coat only in workspaces. Would you like to answer some questions?
Of course,
Okay. What do you study?
bacteriology.
Okay, bacteriology. Do you wear or have you worn a lab coat in public spaces?
I've ever done. You know that we aren't allowed to use our lab coat out of work.
Okay, and what do you think about the doctors that use lab coats outside the hospital?
Well, I think it's kind of disgusting, but we have to understand that when we have free time, we forget we have the lab coat put on our clothes, you know? So I think it's because of that they go outside and do that. But I think it's dangerous.
Okay. Now I will to present you my friend. She is a student of medicine who wears a lab coat. Would you like to give her a hug?
I will never do that
Why?
because it's disgusting.
Besides, according to the American Journal of Infection Control, 60% of the clothes used by doctors are contaminated by viruses and bacteria. Studies show that 65% of nursing clothing and 60% of doctors' gowns contain pathogens. Of these, 21 cultures of the nursing suites and 6 medical uniforms contained multi-drugs resistant microorganisms, including 8 that were contaminated by methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus bacteria. The risk of transmitting certain microorganisms is already high within the hospital of this itself through the simple contact of viruses or bacteria. And these possibilities increase if the professional moves that gowns out of the workplace. For example, the bacterium Clostridium causes more than 3,800 deaths per year, and the methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus bacteria, the death of 1,650 patients. Okay, Camila, after hearing this, do you commit to never use a lab coat in public spaces?
I'll do that forever.
Okay, perfect. And would be willing to tell people that use a lab coat in public spaces such as cafeterias and restaurants that the use of this is dangerous for their health and the health of people around them?
Yeah. I invite you to don't use the lab coat out of work. You know that it's a risk for our health and the healthness of people. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. You won this. And finally, take in this flyer you can find the risks that exist for wearing a lab coat in public spaces, so that you have it in mind and share with your friends. Okay, thank you. In addition to these experiences, we also decided to go around to the university giving out flyers and explaining to students the risks that exist due to the improper use of the lab coat. It is important that all students are informed in order to avoid diseases and raise awareness.
Well, in conclusion, we think that the students of the Javeriana University learn the good work of the lab bot, and we think that was interesting talk with them, because although we don't study medicine or natural science, we have different majors, but we can learn and teach with different students about the good work of lab bot, because it's important learn it and learn about the importance with in different places, because we think that if we don't learn it, our health could be in risk, and maybe it's dangerous for our health. When we made the interview to these students, was interesting, and we hope that with this campaign, this problem could be better in any time. We hope that you will enjoy it, and see you next time.